Hi, great guest tonight, Michael, Jamie, Jennifer, and of course the return of Patrick as Jean-Luc Picard. Shall we start the show?
Graham, make it so.
Roll titles. They're all out there. They are. We've got a great show for you tonight. Is everyone in a good mood? Yeah! Woo! Well, I'm going to change that. Because we start with some disappointing news. It has been decided that on January the 31st at 11 p.m, when we leave the EU and start our glorious new chapter, the bells of Big Ben will not be chiming. I know, I was devastated. It's a shame, though, because for many people, right from the start, Brexit has been symbolised by a massive dong. Still in our hearts. Hey, forget Brexit, though. No one's talking about Brexit anymore. All we care about now is Megxit. Yeah, all we care about. Anyone care? No, it's hot enough. Meghan's already gone back to Canada on her own. I mean, is there any other woman more desperate to leave the UK? Oh, yeah, there's one. There is one. Apparently, Harry and Meghan plan to trademark Sussex Royal for a range of items, including clothing and stationery. I mean, surely that goes against everything the royal family stands for. In fact, Prince Charles found the idea so tacky, he nearly choked on his Dutch original biscuit. He did. It could work, though. You know, they could aim for a young, trendy clientele with things like sunglasses and hoodies. They've already had one sale. Let's get some guests on! Later, we have music from one of our brightest stars, Michael Kiwanuka! Love him. But first, she's the creator of Ab Fab and one of our favourite guests. Now starring in a new Netflix thriller, The Stranger, is Jennifer Saunders, everybody! Some of our favourite films, Ray, Django Unchained and Dreamgirls, and has an Oscar, Golden Globe and Grammy to his name. Now starring in the moving true story, Just Mercy, it's Jamie Foxx, everybody! Woo! Oh, look at you! Energy. Last day, isn't it? Last day. Beautiful. Starring with Jamie in Just Mercy, this man has played Adonis Creed and Black Panther's nemesis, Eric Killmonger, and is one of Hollywood's hottest leading men. Calm down. It's Michael B. Jordan! So good to see you. Have a seat, too. Double denim. And he's a great British star of stage and screen and a knight of the realm. Now returning to one of his most famous roles in Star Trek, Picard, it's Patrick Stewart! Hey! So lovely to see you. Come in, have a seat, too. Oh, lovely. Nice. There they all. You did a bit of bonding backstage.
Yes.
Little.
Very good. Nice. That's you. Welcome back to all. In fact, yeah, you've all been here before.
Thank you.
And what a time to be in London, ladies and gentlemen. These people have been going mark on our capital. Patrick Stewart, have you been to Piccadilly Station? No, have you seen this? Have you? Yeah, people have.
Okay.
They've rebranded it. This is real. They've made Piccadilly Station Piccadilly Circus.
It's pretty cool.
It is. I mean, it's him.
But they've also done it on the subway in Manhattan, except that they've drawn an imaginary line between 5 stations so that it looks like that thing that we wear. I don't know what.
Oh, I got it. The Star Trek logo thing.
The logo thing. So there are 5 stations on the subway.
Yeah. Not as good. Not as good. Now, Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, you've been in town for a few days, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been here for...
Yeah, you've been out and about enjoing yourselves?
Well, yeah, out, you know, reading scriptures and...
Spreading the word. We've been to the club a couple of times, too.
Yeah, no, I've seen the pictures. Because, Michael, when you go out and about, because Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther, he was here a little while ago, and I feel like maybe he's a little over Wakanda Forever now, but, like, you never did
I never
that.
really got that. I think the fans kind of understand that Eric Killmonger wasn't really with Wakanda all the way, so they kind of respect me, but they're like, nah, we're not going to say Wakanda Forever, so...
Good.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get in here, man. Come on, don't do it. I can't take him anywhere. I can't take him That makes me feel, but I got a spank on, actually.
Now, Jennifer Saunders, I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, you look fabulous.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You do. And so you are applauding and clapping anyway, but wait till I tell you, Jennifer Saunders, you've just become a grandmother for the 4th time.
I didn't actually have to give birth to them. They are... My daughter gave birth to the last one. Yes.
But now, what do they call you?
Jam jar.
Why do they call you?
Because I don't want them to call me Granny. I will not be Granny. No, I don't like that. I think... But Jam jar sort of came about because it was sort of funny and nearly sort of Granny.
Yes. But children in general are quite honest, quite direct.
Very honest. Yes, I need them. You need them. You need their eyesight, I tell you, because they have this new eyes. They have, like, laser beam eyesight. And so instead of... Normally I have, like, a magnifying mirror. You know, women of a certain age, you'll know. You need the magnifying mirror, or you miss a lot of stuff. Food, even. You know, you miss stuff. And I have a magnifying mirror that sort of gives me... It's like the Hubble telescope in mirror form. So I know what's happening. But you sometimes miss things. And I was sitting near a window one day, and little Bertie, who was only 5, was looking at me, because the light was hitting my face at a certain angle. And he was looking at me like that. I went, what's the matter? What's the matter? He went, what's the matter? I go, no, tell me, what's the matter? Jam jar, are you growing a beard?
That's cool.
That is cool.
One there.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Star Trek Picard. Patrick Stewart returns to the role of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. It's available on Amazon Prime from the 24th of January. And this is it's a big deal that they've done this.
It's huge, particularly for me, because I have publicly so many times said, I'm done. Star Trek was wonderful. It changed my life, changed my career. But I've said it all. There's nothing more to say, except you got me to say, make it so just now. By the way,
I will never do that again.
There will be a small fee for saying that.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, yes. That wine's very expensive.
And yeah, it's a big deal, and the Amazon and CBS have really committed to it. We got amazing. I mean, we have a ship that we fly in, but it's not just sets within the ship. They have built the entire ship on a soundstage.
Wow.
I mean, you know, you
can walk
you can
from
go
room
up
to room.
and down and around areas and corridors and things.
Because were you all fans of Star Trek back in the day?
Man, for sure. I'm looking at you now. Like I want to say certain things, but I don't want to disrespect. But just your voice, I'm just like, I want to get beamed up, and I mean, just I'm ready to just go. But I say when you do iconic characters like that, for even like the younger generation coming up, you got sometimes they're just now coming into the world and being able to get a chance to see you and see your brilliance. I think that's amazing. Pretty cool.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. We're hoping to.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
So you say yes, you agree to do it, and where do we find...
Actually, no, I didn't agree to do it.
Oh, you didn't?
I took the meeting...
Are you in it?
With 4...
Is it just a poster?
Very, very distinguished people. And I didn't want to just say, no, pass. I don't do that anymore. So I went to the meeting in order to explain to them face-to-face why I couldn't do it. And then...
That's tempting fate.
The aging offer you couldn't refuse.
Exactly. Something happened.
I don't want to do it.
Here I am.
So, Jean-Luc, as the series begins, where are you? What's happened to you?
Well, 18 years have passed since Star Trek Nemesis, our last feature film, so he is no longer in Starfleet. There is a good reason for that, which gets explained.
Yes.
He is no longer involved whatsoever in space. What he's doing is running a winery in France. And
What?
Isn't this great?
yeah.
Wow.
I found it the most
Well,
scary
that
thing.
threw me.
Because when is it set? It's set 24 something?
Oh, Lord.
2489 or something?
2470 something, I think.
70
but I'm
something.
not really sure.
It's hard to tell with the fashions. Yeah. But I was just so interested they were still making wine. I was like, something to live for.
And good wine, too. And he's got a dog. Not just a dog, but my beloved favourite dog's a pit bull.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
There it
look,
is.
that's lovely.
There's De Niro. Not Robert, but...
Oh, I see.
De Niro. That's my pit bull.
And was he the same pit bull throughout?
Yes.
So no.
No. Nothing happens to De Niro. I mean... Oh, Lord.
Hey, guess what, Patrick?
What?
We're going to watch a clip of you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Really?
This is actually
Pressing grapes.
This is the very beginning of the whole thing. It's the first moment that we are reintroduced to Jean-Luc Picard.
OK.
It's explained.
So many questions. Wi-Fi queen. Why the Queen of Hearts? Okay, I'm here, I'm in it.
Thank you.
It's funny, that does draw you in. You meet your 5 Queens of Hearts. So you're back in Star Trek now, but like over all the time you haven't been doing it, the show, as you guys were saying, never goes away. It's constantly on television. Do you ever find yourself like drawn into watching them?
I don't look for it. But occasionally, you know, you're going...
Yeah.
And, oh, dear. There was one night in a hotel somewhere, I'd flown in, I had ordered room service, and I was flicking... And there was, oh, Star Trek, Next Generation. OK, let's see what's going on. I'll just watch it for a couple of minutes. Well, I got hooked. And then there was a ring of the doorbell, and my order arrived, my room service order arrived, and the waiter came in, looked at me... I looked at the television, and I thought, he's going to go away and tell the entire kitchen it is the saddest thing I've ever... This guy is upstairs, alone, having room service, watching himself.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I was famous.
That's big comfort. Thank you.
Yeah. Wait, do you do that?
It's always a coincidence. It's always that little awkward moment. For me, it was on a plane. You know, sometimes like when your movies are playing on the airplane, and you get up and go to the bathroom, and you just look at the screens on the seats, and you're like, oh, that's me, that's me. Damn, everybody on the plane is watching the movie right now. And you hear sniffles and people crying and stuff like that. But it's the walk back from the bathroom as they're crying and looking up at you. And they're trying to connect the two. So it's always, I've had those little moments and stuff on planes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking of Star Trek, now, this will really please kind of Star Trek nerds and anoraks. A little bit of trivia that I think a lot of people don't know is that Joanna Lumley...
Joanna Lumley. Honestly, I am so flattered by that.
Jennifer Saunders. This is only show 2 back.
Just get on with it, Jonathan. I mean, Graham.
Any which way, who?
Yeah.
Jennifer Saunders was in the original 1960s series.
I was.
Yes.
I actually was.
No, you were.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I was. Not a lot of people realise that.
Yeah, we've got a picture of you with,
yes, there's evidence.
with Spock and Kirk. There you are.
There.
I mean...
That Hano.
I think it's me. That's not me. Who the hell is it?
It's actually
That's like my doppelganger.
It's Grace Lee Whitney.
They're not my breasts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's definitely my face.
It was quite chilly back in the 60s.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Y'all get away with that.
That is weird, wasn't
Jennifer,
it? Yes,
say
yes.
no if you want to, but at great expense.
Say no if I want to.
But we've made that hair.
At great expense, I've had this hair done. Oh, come on.
Oh, go on. Okay,
I can't
go.
resist it.
Oh, you can do it too.
I know.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Actually, easier on...
Let's see if it looks like you.
I
Let's see if it looks
have
like
to
you.
just
Let's see if it
try
looks like you. Okay.
Well, it's got a solid thing. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Oh, I see. It sort of sits on top.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me a moment. When I become...
Okay. So, Jamie, if you do Shayna's eye line...
Right down.
It's uncanny, ladies and gentlemen.
It's uncanny.
Beautiful. Very good. Right, let's move on to our movie tonight. Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx are together in Just Mercy. It opens tonight. And, I mean, this is an extraordinarily powerful true story. It deals with a lawyer, and he's still working today. You play him, Michael.
Yeah, I play Brian Stevenson. He's a defense attorney from Delaware, but he started his organization, the EJI, the Equal Justice Initiative, in Alabama. And he pretty much, he's fighting for equal justice, you know, within the criminal justice system in America that we all know has a problem. It's racially biased, it's very flawed. There's a lot of wrongly convicted, you know, people that are on death row. And Jamie Foxx plays Walter McMillan, the guy that I get off of death row, beautifully, by the way.
Okay.
And the movie takes place over the course of Brian and Walter's relationship, and Brian trying to get Walter off of death row.
And here, Jamie, we don't know Brian Stevenson, but in America, is he known, or is this film kind of...
That's why I commend Michael B. Jordan for taking this movie. And I commend this young man because of what he does for us. He captured our hearts in Fruitville Station, where and then he went on from there, Killmonger in Black Panther, where he was... I mean, and you were bigger than a panther in that. You know what I'm saying? But even when he did that movie, he brought the narrative of what we are as black people and how we can be and what we could achieve. And then to go on to Just Mercy, which is, I say, completing his artistic sentence. Brian Stevenson, who's doing an incredible job of exonerating people off of death row. 1 out of every 10 person on death row is innocent. So he's, since this first case, and I play Walter McMillan, who's wrongly accused of a murder. They say he killed someone in a city that he'd never been in, killed somebody he never saw, and there he sits on death row for 6 years without a trial. Yeah. And then in walks Michael B. Jordan, who's portraying Brian Stevenson, and they go on this incredible journey. When you watch this film, and we've shown it here, we've shown it Toronto Film Festival, people are caught up in it. They're weeping, they're cheering, because it moves your soul. Since that time, Brian Stevenson has exonerated 130 people off of death row. Incredible work. Incredible work.
So this guy is actively doing this work without fatiguing for over 35 years.
He doesn't look old enough. I mean, the picture,
no.
he just doesn't
You know
look
what?
old enough.
He's 87 in that picture.
No.
You're gonna crack. Well, listen, we've got a clip of the two of you. This is the two of you discussing the case. And am I right in thinking, Jamie, that one of the reasons why this story kind of resonated with you is because your own father was in the system?
You know, it's personal. When Michael called me up, I was so humbled and honored to be a part of the project. But doing this project, it's personal. Being a black man and the perception of us in America is that we're guilty of a crime. And I could personally touch it because they put my father in jail for $25 worth of illegal substance. They put him in jail for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
This man was an educator in the hood, in the inner cities, educating kids. The judge that he would have come to the school and talk to the kids presided over his case and put him in jail. Now, what they didn't understand was their father taught me everything. Taught me how to throw a football, basketball, taught me how to play tennis. And I was like, why am I learning how to play tennis? He said, because I don't want you to be limited. So me as a young black kid in Texas, some of my childhood heroes were Vitas Gerulaitis, Eli Nastasi, Yannick Noah, Yvonne Lindell. So when they put him in jail, however, what do we do as a family? And I don't like visiting jail. I don't like that type of perception. So I said, I told my pops, I can't come see you because I see you as a king. But I wrote him a letter. I said, hey, you know, things have gotten good for me. When you get out, I'll save your life. And he's been living with me for 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Same house. And here's the good part about it. He loved tennis, so I got a chance to take him to the U.S. Open when he got out, and we watched Venus and Serena play, and we sat there and tears ran down our cheeks. But when he got a chance to see this movie, he said, you tell that young brother, Michael B. Jordan, keep doing what he's doing, because this is so important for us.
Yeah. And Michael, that is the thing. I mean, this really is your baby. You produced it. You got Jamie involved. You drove it. And am I right in thinking this is the first film where your inclusion
writer
has kicked in?
Exactly.
Explain about that.
Well, the inclusion writer, a few years back at the Oscars, I heard Frances McDormand give this amazing speech about her inclusion writer, and I was sitting in the audience and I was listening, and I was like, wow, that's something I could put in writing. That's something I could actually attach to my production company to hold studios accountable. So the inclusion writer is basically, it's allowing an opportunity for people from underrepresented groups, Black and brown people, minorities, women, people from the LGBTQ community, people with disabilities, that they're heavily and seriously considered for the job. And honestly, half the time, you just need an opportunity. You know, in our industry, we work with people that we know. You know, we work with our friends. We work with people we previously worked with, and that can kind of create a circle. So this is like it levels the playing field a little bit to let everybody in and have an opportunity.
Yeah, very good.
And wow, and well done. That is great. And
you know, Jamie, I think everyone was so moved by you talking about your father and the fact you've been living with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's lovely. But then your mother also lives in the same house.
That poses a problem. The reason being is because they've been divorced for 25 years. And so I was adopted, and I was adopted, and my mother, 12 years now, I would always send her tickets on Christmas if you ever want to come, you know, for Christmas. So finally she accepted, she comes, we have a good Christmas, and then New Year's comes, and her birthday is on New Year's, so we party for her birthday. And then it's like, now all of a sudden it's February, she hadn't left. I was like, you trying to tell us something? She's like, well, you know, I just want to hang out, you know. And so now she's been living with us for 12 years, but they live under the same roof. And what's crazy is that he still dates, so he has dates. But she'll go on his side of the house just to see who's in there, like, hey, So this is what we're doing, Dixon? And so then I'm in my room, I get a knock on the door, it's him. Could you tell her to stay off my side of the house? I got company. And I'm like, now, parents. But it's a weirdly fun household.
Yeah.
Love it.
Because Michael, you did the opposite thing. Didn't you buy your parents a house, but then you lived in it?
So how that worked itself out was, so I bought a house, and I moved my parents in from New Jersey out to Los Angeles, and you know, just a transitional period.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Kwanzaa came.
Yeah.
And then New Year's came.
Yeah,
and then
I need my own
then
spot.
birthdays came. Yeah. And then but like it does get a little awkward sometimes.
A little tight.
You know, I was single, and you know, being able to date, and you know, I like midnight refrigerator runs down to the kitchen. I don't like putting clothes on all the time. You know?
I see you over there.
And my mom likes, you know, refrigerator runs too sometimes.
Oh!
So it can get weird. It's mine.
What's the thing, though? Your mother still tries to feed you, though.
She does. Me and my family is we're extremely tight. That's my heartbeat. She's amazing. And when I'm traveling a lot and I'm working overseas, she always makes sure, especially during the holidays, she always makes sure that she sends a bit of her, which is food, you know, to make sure I'm eating well when I'm
Do you FedEx food? How do you move? Food?
I honestly haven't figured out her secret because getting it through customs and making I don't know how she figured out how she smuggles the food into these countries, but she has it worked out.
Because she's not like mac and cheese across borders.
Yes, I'm talking about perishable goods have made it across seas, and it's been great. It's been amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Patrick, do you still get Earl Grey tea sent to you all the time?
All the time, yeah.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Yeah, I do. I've got a little joke about it in the first episode of the series, actually.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah. Guys, you know, out there, because you're worldwide, I know, I drink Yorkshire Gold. I don't... I'm a Yorkshireman. I don't drink Earl Grey. I'm not an aristocrat. I'm just a Yorkshireman.
When you get home, I guarantee you'll have a big box of stuff. It's going to be there. They're going to watch this. Yeah.
But in terms of getting something, this is good. Because now, Jennifer, you've been sent things by fans. Were you in the theatre and you got a nice... Was it a letter or a parcel?
Say. No, because you do get sent quite odd things by fans. I mean, generally drawings and nice things, you know, gifts that they've sewn or made. But, yes, I did once get sent pubic hair. Yes. Quite unexpectedly.
Most of it.
But how was it arranged?
Well, no. Oh no, you knew.
Okay.
But it was when I was did the first play. It was years ago. It must be 25, 30 years ago. I was doing a play in the West End, and the trouble with being in a theatre is everyone knows where you are every night. You can't be anywhere else, so they can always drop things in. And we was opening this envelope, and I thought, oh, it's padded. Padded envelope. Burst it open. And whew, you go, oh.
Wow.
Oh. I'd say. And then a slightly odd sort of cut-up little, slightly pornographic letter. And, of course, you report it. And this was a guy who was doing it in the West End to lots of actresses in lots of plays. Wow. And I think he got arrested after he sent it to Felicity Kendall. That's what I know. I think there was trouble then.
Or maybe he just ran out of pubic hair. He's going for armpit hair. Well, now, if people want to send things to you, they know where you're going to be now. From the 5th of March to the 11th of April, you're back at the Duke of York's doing Blythe Spirit, Noel Coward's Blythe Spirit.
Yes.
And you've been on tour with this.
We did it for 4 weeks for the Bath Festival last year, and now we're bringing it back and we're going to do Brighton, don't ask me, Malvern, Bath, Cambridge. Yes.
I just know the West End.
Yes, and the West End.
Yeah.
So we're coming into the West End.
Well, you got amazing reviews for it, so I'm not surprised.
It's huge fun. It's huge fun. It's properly funny, properly dynamic, and glorious. Great fun.
But before that, people can see you on Netflix in the new, very twisty-turny drama, The Stranger.
Yes.
That starts on 30th of January. And is this really your first ever drama?
Well, I sort of think it is. I can't think of another one, and then, unless anyone else can think. I can't think of anything else that
I couldn't think of one.
isn't full of laughs. And yes, it is.
So tell us what you can about the plot, because, and also I must say, if you're watching it, stick with it, because Jennifer, you're not much to do in episode 1, but then your story really takes off in episode 2.
Yes.
So tell us what.
Well, I mean, it's from a book by Harlan Coben, who writes these extraordinary mystery dramas, and it's really set. He writes about normal people, ordinary people, when something extraordinary happens. And this takes place in a town. I mean, originally he wrote it in America, but it takes place now in an English town. And it's about when what you see is normal life trickling along and suddenly someone comes into that life and just drops bombs. And these bombs are personal secrets that rip relationships and people apart.
And it's this mysterious person, the stranger, who comes up and reveals the big secret.
Yes, and she reveals one by one and drops
Well,
these
this
little
is... the clip we have is your character in Canterbury Mystery.
What a face. Oh, it's an exciting thing, though.
Well, I really want to see more.
Yes,
I've only seen the first two.
Yes, it was exciting, and it was lovely to do a bit of straight acting. Quite hard.
Well,
quite difficult. Quite difficult.
But isn't it all just acting, or was it hard to make the transition?
Well, it's quite hard because the expectation is not to have a laugh. The expectation is just pick up the glass, don't spill it, don't spill it, don't spill it. Just drink it normally, don't snort it, just drink it. Just drink it normally. And there was a scene where I literally had to walk across a car park. And I said, what, all the way across the car park? They go, yeah, just walk. And you go, I don't know how to just walk. I don't know how to just walk. I know how to funny walk. I know how to fall over, but just walk, and it felt like 20 miles going across. Just walk. Okay, just... I can't make my legs move. But, you know, it is... I have huge admiration for acting,
that's
you
a
know.
comedian. That's us.
Yeah.
We're comics, so we have to...
You think, oh, fight, come on.
Goodness. That's why when we were eating...
I might have a thought, I might have forgotten something and go back. No, I've just got to walk.
Yeah.
But I respect you guys so much. And comedy for me is sometimes frightening. It's a little intimidating, you know. But you do comedy very well too.
Really?
Yeah, because when I saw in Logan, with just with the playing Xavier playing with dementia, you know what I'm saying? It was like those moments between you and Hugh Jackman were just phenomenal, and it was really, really funny to me. Like it cracked me up. It was a good time.
Thank you. Comedy scares me. I've done so little of it. I can do drama, death, sadness, sorrow, whatever. But comedy really unnerves me.
And look at you now, Sir Patrick Stewart. And you don't really use the Sir much, do you? Or should I... Sorry, should I have been calling you... No, I shouldn't. Am I supposed to...
No.
OK. But
no.
Do you...
I take my lead from Sir Ian, whom we've both shared some time with.
Yes.
And he is so phlegmatic about all of that. And I just, you know, it's a great honour, but it's not something that I need to press.
When you bump into another Sir when you're out and about, do you call each other Sir? Well, you must roll in Sir circles.
Okay.
Circles.
Sir circles.
I just thought of it. Yeah. This minute.
Can I be the ignorant American and ask? So how do you become a Sir?
Well, yeah, Patrick, how?
I don't...
Well, you know, it's a case of... No. I got mine on the Queen's birthday honours. But you have reminded me that I did have a Sir encounter only a few weeks ago in Los Angeles. A rather fancy, in fact, extremely fancy restaurant.
Well, tell them what it is, because they'll know.
It was the Tower Bar.
Sunset Tower?
No.
Yeah.
These guys are cool.
No. Say it again. Look up.
The Tower Bar.
Oh man, the Tower Bar. What? Damn! You got it. I didn't even get in there. Go on.
Keep going.
Okay. Well,
no, the Tower Bar is a spot.
I got a feeling this isn't going to work out quite the way I imagined. So four of us were seated at a table. About 15 minutes later, into the restaurant walks Sir Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Good.
Now, Paul and I have a very slender relationship, but it's lasted decades.
Okay.
I first encountered him in 1964.
No.
When his girlfriend Jane Asher then had told him that I loved Aston Martins. I was driving a battered old Ford, but Aston Martins were my dream car. She told him this. And one night, we knew he was seeing the show. There was a knock on my door. And I said, yeah, come in. I'm there in my underwear. You know, like...
As usual.
Well, I always...
As you greet people normally.
I hang around like that, just in the hope. And,
You come in, I'm in my pants.
yeah. I'm ready for you. I said, come in, and the door opened, and standing there was Paul McCartney, who I had never met before, and this was 1964. Wow. And he said, Jane says that you like Aston Martins. Here, drive this.
Wow.
And he tossed a bunch of keys over to me.
cool.
And it was it was his.
Pretty cool.
Amazing.
Anyway, do you want to hear the restaurant?
No, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
We're in the
So
fanciest restaurant in LA.
We're now in the Tower Bar.
Tower Bar? Go on.
It's a legend.
I am feeling less and less good about this.
Keep going. You're in there. So Paul McCartney's come in.
You've
known him since the 60s.
And he sees me and comes over, and I stand up and say hi, and we have a big hug in the restaurant, and I'm very much aware that there's all the tables are full and this kind of thing. And we talk for 5 or 6 minutes, and he goes and sits down. 5 minutes go by, and into the restaurant walks Sir Ringo Starr. I swear to you, I'm not making this up.
Were they together?
Yeah.
They were
They were at the same table.
Oh, they were at the same
Yes.
table.
Well, we at the Tower Bar.
At the Tower Bar.
Oh, man, I am expecting so many free meals. And we finish early, and I get up to go, and Paul stands up to say goodbye, and we have a hug. And as we have a hug, he says into my ear, "Do you know Ringo?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. I've never met him, but he said, "Oh, boy, Ringo, come on, come over here." Hang on a minute, he said, "Sir Ringo, Sir Patrick, Sir Paul. Hey, we've got the Knights of the Round Table."
You got there.
Yeah.
You got there.
Yeah. Oh, you did
Right, it is time for music. This singer-songwriter has just been double nominated at the Brits, here performing Hero. Please welcome Michael Kiwanuka. So good. Michael Kiwanuka, everybody, and his band and his backing gears. Come on over, Michael. Meet the people. Terrific job. Thank you so much. Come and meet everybody. This is Michael, Jennifer, Jamie, Michael B, and Sir Patrick. There we go. Woohoo! That was terrific.
Thank you very much.
I don't just built and built and built. It was brilliant. That, of course, from the album Kiwanuka, which is out now.
Yeah.
Good. That's here as a single. Now,
Wow, that vinyl.
yeah. Now here's the thing. This is your third album.
Yeah.
This one's called Kiwanuka. What were the first two called? I feel like this is album one.
Yeah, I ran out of ideas for album titles, so I just called it my name.
Oh.
I'm joking. It was first album was called Home Again, the second one was called Love and Hate, and this one's called Kiwanuka because it's my third record. So, you know, I always thought with the third album, you know, you're hopefully coming of age. You're finding yourself on the first two records, and you're trying to fit into someone else's, you know, be someone else that an idea of yourself.
Yeah.
And when I was making this one, I thought, I just want to be me. So I thought, I'm going to title it Kiwanuka.
Yeah, good for you. And
Thank you.
And it's work, because Brit nominated.
Yeah.
And then you're up for the slightly, it sounds a little bit porny, Best Male Solo nomination. Really? That's what they're calling it? When is that, February the 18th?
Yeah, it's February the 18th. And then also up for Best Album, so...
You know the album, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I
so
got
I'm
that.
excited,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm
No, it's
excited
two.
for that.
You're up for two.
Yeah.
And of course, that male solo.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Very quickly, You're doing lots of touring this year, but then at the end of the year, is it a coming home gig?
Yeah, kind of. I'm playing a venue called Alexandra Palace in Muswell Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't clap that, Jamie. You have no idea.
But just for, you know, the narrative of the... I don't want to be here like...
Tower bar. And so will you have lots of friends there? Will your whole school and everything come?
Yeah, I hopefully have a lot of friends there. But I used to go to... It's like 10 minutes walk from my mum and dad's.
Oh, that's so handy.
Fantastic.
And so, yeah, so I used to just go, growing up, I used to just go...
how great.
Just go skateboard out there,
To
hang out
go
with
back big. That's great.
Yeah. Check me out. Well, listen,
my mum and dad are actually here.
Oh, are they?
So
Oh, where are they?
I don't know where they are, but they're here somewhere. Oh, yeah, they're here.
Oh, no, they're admitting it. They're admitting it. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Has he bought you a house? Pressure's on! Pressure's on! Edison, thank you so much for that amazing performance, and good luck with the tour, and best of luck at the Brits. Good luck to you in both of those. Michael Kiwanuka, everybody!
Thank you.
Right, that's nearly it. But before we go, just time for a visit to the big red chair. Who's there? Hello, sir.
Hi there.
Hi, what's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, and where are you from, Ryan?
I'm from New Zealand.
Oh, lovely. Home of the story, New Zealand. And are you travelling? Have you settled
living here for 2 years.
For just 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing for 2 years?
I'm an electrician.
An electrician?
Yeah.
Is that handy? OK, off you go.
Get his card.
Off you go with your story, Ryan.
So I was at a New Year festival. I'd had a bit too much to drink during the day in the campground. I was walking along to the festival and I needed to get rid of a bit of what I'd drunk. So I saw a whole lot of portaloos. I ran up to them, ripped the door open, projectile spewed everywhere. Then I looked down and I just spewed all over a guy who was sort of relieving himself on the loo. I was a bit freaked out. First thing that came to mind, he looked angry. He was going to whack me. I gave him a bit of a whack myself, slammed the door and ran away.
I quite know. No.
That's awful.
No, I quite like that he vomited at someone and then hit them. No, do you... I would let you walk. Couch, walk.
I think that's
walk.
I think
Walk.
that's fun. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Too late. OK, that really is all done time for. If you'd like to go in the red chair yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via our website at this very address. Ladies and gentlemen, please say a huge thank you to all my guests tonight. Michael Kiwanuka! Jennifer Saunders! Jamie Foxx! Michael B. Jordan! And Patrick Stewart! Graham Norton! Join me next week with singer-songwriter Sarah Bareilles, Python and director Terry Gilliam, actor Hugh Laurie, and the stars of Doolittle, Emma Thompson and Robert Downey Jr. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye!